Yeah, we're practically friends. What did you say? Yeah, I mean, we can talk about fucking anything on here.
What?
Yeah.
That's how buddies do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like bitch ass.
Well, we can talk about that now.
No.
Look at this fucking thing!
On the outside looking in, looking back at where I've been, trapped inside a world so cruel. I don't wanna be nobody's fool. The devil on my sleeve, he's trying to make me believe.
Yeah, I guess. We're practically friends.
Led into the dark, you tried to tempt me. Nothing's done. Put me under your spell and tried to use me. Nothing's done.
Oh, it's almost too heavy to handle. I can't lift it. Welcome, everybody, back to your favorite drunk-ass podcast. PFP, Practically Friends Podcast. And this is episode 124. Yeah, a little confused on the last one, but I think those hard edits really helped out. It's like 124. But yeah. So we're going to do a quick but awesome still episode for you guys tonight. Tonight we have Tate the Great, you know, the pretty boy of the podcast.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, yeah. Okay. Ooh, I got everything for you, boo.
I got all you want, boo.
Ooh, everything you want.
Come on, baby. We got you in the bag now.
I don't think those words have ever been said over metal like this.
You're welcome. And there's always room for something new.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, baby.
Don't flex your muscles, it'll go in easier.
Ooh, baby, you know how to poke me, don't you?
Ooh, wee. So, before we get into the actual,
I got all you want, boo.
I guess, of this episode, which is going to be Tate telling us stories of,
You'll get to hear my war stories.
yeah,
Of
from
EMS.
him working there and saving lives and helping people. And before we do that, speaking of saving lives and helping people, I can't say too much yet.
Right on.
But
Let's get into it.
there is something in the works here for the PFP family to help our community and people in need. And that's all I can really tell you right now because we haven't even had our first phone call yet. But it's looking very promising. And we're going to be helping people that truly need it. As much as we sit around and tell dick jokes and burp into the mic and talk about pussy, fart, and all this, that, and everything. We're helping the community in our own way, but we're going to expand and help the community in the way that they actually need.
Yes, sir.
More than what they want. Because, you know, everybody wants to be a friend.
Yeah, boy.
But details of that to come, for sure. And, let's see. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it. Well, before I do that, it's going to be.
All right, story time.
With Tate. and it's going to be sad. It's going to be intense. it also could be funny.
Yeah,
I haven't heard
so-
these stories yet,
So,
but I know anything can happen there in the bus.
so bear with me on these stories. So let me go ahead and make a quick disclaimer. No, I will not be dropping names. I will not be dropping the company that I work for. Thank you. But
Yeah,
you
I mean,
will-
but the thing is that you're able to tell some of the stories that have impacted you. I mean, we've been wanting to do this for a few days now, so hey, man,
we've been wanting to. No, I'll tell you, we've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do this segment personally, where I tell like a bunch of my stories for months, but we never found the right time until now.
but with saving lives, you get pretty busy and drained, man. I can only imagine.
Oh my lord!
So the stage is yours, my friend. What's the first one you want to tell us?
So let me just go ahead and clarify. Every time I get off shift, I think, which I'll go ahead and clarify this. I've officially been an EMT for 2 years. There's only been 2 occasions where I have gone out and done something right after my shift. Usually, at minimum, I will need an hour. Just give me an hour to decompress, get changed, take a shower, eat something, and just relax. So, oh man, where do I start? Actually, I'll start with the one I was going to tell you about that happened on Friday.
Okay.
So we get.
I would also, sorry, but I would also be careful with locations and streets, just to cover our asses.
Every call that we get comes from the hospital in question.
I know, but I'm saying like, if there was like a detail about like what street you turned on, like I would avoid that.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, cool.
I'm just telling the details of what we got, what happened to said patient, what we did, interventions.
That's all. Yeah.
Yep.
I just wanted to
Go ahead and flag that just in case.
Yeah.
So, this first one I'm going to tell Kyle. I've
And
been
this was
meaning.
the last Friday.
This happened on Friday. So, there is a local trauma center around here. Kyle, you know it.
Yep.
We get a call from our excuse me, our hospital to our emergency room, our holding area. We get a call for an elderly female patient that needs to be transferred over to the trauma center. We're like, okay. So we're getting report from the nurse. So what had happened...
Is it from one facility to another, or...
So in this case, it was a hospital to hospital transfer.
So one location to another? Like,
Yes.
Like one street address to another street address?
Yes.
Okay.
In this case, this patient in particular was brought to us by EMS originally for a fall at a nursing home. Well, what they did not tell us initially was just how many different injuries this patient sustained.
Oh, no.
And by injuries, I mean lacerations, open cuts.
Really?
So this lady sustained...
Would she fall down the stairs, or...
No, actually. So she fell out of bed off her little rollating walker,
Like trying to get up or out?
trying to get up out of bed.
But she missed the walker.
She lost her balance.
Okay.
Trying to get up. And she cracked her head off of the wooden bedpost of her bed.
Oof.
So with that, this patient sustained...
It's probably one of those medical beds, right? That can like...
No.
Oh, just one of those like... Okay.
It was a solid wood bedpost.
Yeah.
So she had a pretty good laceration above her eyebrow that was still open. It had an active clot that my partner ended up literally pulling out of the cut.
The way that you just described that laceration on the eyebrow makes me feel like those boxing videos I was just watching.
So
like how they get cut just by like abrasion.
You can ask any EMS provider, one of the worst injuries you can deal with is an injury to a patient's eye.
Oh, yeah.
So, but here's the kicker. That was not the only eye injury this patient sustained.
Oh, no.
I'll get back to the second one in a bit because it is, to say the least. So the patient also sustained a small cut to her shin, which was stitched up with 5 stitches. Also received a few cuts on her right hand to the thumb and to the pointer finger or the index finger, which were both wrapped up. Yep, you got it. Which were both wrapped up. She was feeling a lot of pain, very tender, very sore. She was feeling some pain.
Can we disclose the age or the approximate age of this patient?
Elderly.
Like 70s, 80s?
Mid-80s.
Okay.
Patient was feeling some pain to her neck, right in between, like, the bottom part of her throat and on her trap, in her shoulder.
Okay, yeah. So you're.
Which we have cold packs and hot packs in our ER and on our ambulance. We gave her a cold pack because she said it was giving her some relief there. So we're like, cool. Pop a hot pack, wrap it up in a pillowcase, set it on the injury site, and immediately just, the sigh of relief.
Oh, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, and I'm asking her, I'm like, does that feel better? Does that give you some relief? She said, absolutely, honey, yes, it does. I'm like, okay, cool, then we'll keep that on your neck for the ride.
I'm picturing a sweet old bird.
Oh, sweet as could be.
Okay.
God bless her heart. Now, and granted, let me just clarify, this patient was completely stable. She was not in any life-threatening condition.
No hospice or nothing?
No. She was
just
awake.
Old.
She was laughing and cracking jokes with us the whole time.
Oh, you gotta love it.
But that being said, though, the worst injury this patient, at least in my personal opinion, that this patient sustained was the second eye injury, which was to her tear duct.
Ooh.
She split it in half.
Oh.
Split, which...
Just from the single fall?
From the single fall, because this part is where it got the worst. The corner, one of the very sharp corners of the bedpost, split her tear duct. You guys, I'm sorry if this is making you quiver. You all know exactly what I'm talking about. That little corner where your eye and your nose meet. Yeah, split in two.
That little pink clit in the corner of your eye.
Split in two.
Oh, my God. Dude, like Dale would say... when you get up or you sit down and you hit the very corner of like your kitchen table or your coffee table.
Yep.
And he said, "The corner. Why not the edge? The corner." And it was like an inside joke to I'm sorry to. That's my job to give you some chuckles, but like the corner, why did it have to be the corner? If it was just a blunt object, it'd be like, oh, I got a shiner. But this is my job, is trying to get some hucks and chucks into this story.
Yeah. Now, there is... I tell this to everybody that has ever asked me. In my personal career, my very short career in EMS so far, my worst and my best runs/calls involve children.
I can believe that, yeah. Why don't you explain for people that...
So, let me just clarify. Ask any healthcare provider, especially, God forbid, any paramedic out there in the world, or any EMT, the most bone-chilling, horrifying calls to work involve children. Because, all right, let me give a clear example.
May I try? Okay, so if you... Man, this thing is sensitive.
Yeah, come on, baby.
So, I got all you want, boo.
I got all you want, boo.
So, no, you guys will get it later here in a minute. But, so I'm assuming that initially, whenever you get a call about a child, that whole dread as you're getting there is the first one.
It is like a boulder.
Okay.
On your chest.
And you're waiting for more information.
Yep.
And it's all in flux. Like, as you're getting there, you don't know what to expect until you get, the details
exactly
from the reporting party. And then but the whole time you're fearing the worst, but expect you're hoping for the best, expecting the worst.
That's exact. You just said it
and
perfectly.
That's probably torture.
That you just described every single call in EMS to a T. Pray for the best, expect the worst.
So, and then the second one is once you get the actual details of it, like whether it be, I know I'm being hyperbolous right now, but whether it be like a splinter or like a random drive-by shooting, or like you're on your toes, and that has to be so like that, making you like withered over time. And that's why not only to my friend here Tate, but I want to salute everybody that can do that day in, day out. I mean, that's amazing.
So first off,
you're welcome.
Myself and my fellow brothers and sisters will greatly appreciate the kind words.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But
always
with any call, I mean, regardless, like if it's just a frequent flyer, like just taking advantage of the system, or if it's a truly like circling the drain type of call, emergency, you have to take every call seriously, because the second,
I can only imagine how important the communication is between
crucial.
you, fire, cops, the hospital, the reporting party, other EMTs, maybe.
If you have,
like, that's why you have to go through all that training. I cannot. I mean, I can only imagine.
If you don't have solid communication, you fail.
Yeah, you're going to lose. You're going to lose a life.
You are destined to fail. Somebody will get hurt, or worse.
Yeah.
Whether that
but
be,
that's why you guys go to school for all that shit, man. And that's
whether
fucking
that be
impressive.
Whether that be a patient, whether that be a suspect, or whether it be one of your own.
That's why if I ever went into law enforcement now, I just want to be automatically like a sergeant. So like. No, not sergeant, but like
a commanding officer.
You ever watch Elementary?
Yeah.
I want to be a consultant. You know?
So, actually, it's funny you say that. So, I'm going to get into the next call here, because this one actually involves my dad.
Well, let's finish about, was that the last step of, like, the children call?
So let me circle back to the kids here, and then we'll go into the next one. So, with kids, like, anybody listening that has any medical experience will know exactly what I mean when I say this. So, Kyle, do you know what cardiac arrest is?
Yeah, it's a cardiac event or a heart attack.
Not exactly. It's when your heart completely stops.
That's heart attack, right?
No. So a heart attack, or in medical terms, a myocardial infarction, is when the main aortic valve of your heart
gets clogged, right?
Is blocked
by usually a clot or fat or whatever,
or sugar.
Yeah,
sugar is one of the biggest causes of heart attacks.
You heard it here first, folks. Don't eat cookies.
I mean, definitely eat some cookies. Just watch how much.
After you give blood, give blood. Oh, nice segue.
Nice.
Teamwork makes the dream work. High five.
Slap hands.
Slap hands.
But cardiac arrest can be brought on by a couple of different things.
Stress.
So it can be stress. It can be completely
physical trauma. It can be
respiratory.
Genetic. The cause of it, I guess. Maybe.
No, something has to be like it
from
has
an outside source.
Listen.
Sorry. I'm really into this conversation.
So, I get it. So, you could have like a major like heart history or cardiac history, and the way
never go into cardiac arrest.
The way we call cardiac arrest is, okay, this patient is getting ready to code.
I know what coding means.
If you hear a provider say this patient is about to code,
you gotta get the crash cart.
Get the crash cart. Get the code team. This patient is about to.
Crash cart includes the zippy zappies, the defibrillator. No,
the defib pads. No, you're correct.
Defibrillator. I got it right.
Defibrillator pads.
Fuck yeah! 2 points for Kyle.
You are correct. And in this case, in an ambulance,
You're saying that wrong the entire episode. Ambulance.
Shut up. You would use
what's called the AED. It is a mobile defibrillator
Oh, like the car charger looking thing.
with pads already attached.
Yeah.
It will give you instructions on where to put them.
Like the ones they have at
The-
and like businesses that
Every single business in the United States is legally obligated to have at least one.
yeah. Like at that one place I worked at, you know what I'm saying? Like Ribbit. Whenever
Ugh.
I was doing the bank one night, I don't know if I ever told you this.
Still don't know how they got away with that.
They didn't.
Yep.
But when I was doing the banks, I don't know if I try to be as tight-lipped as possible, but this isn't really about like their money situation. But I was doing the books, and I looked in the like one of those like office desks.
An office drawer, yeah.
Yeah, they have the three.
Yeah.
And then the deep ones in the bottom. On the
I got you.
inside.
Yep.
So I went on the one, and then there's like fucking like 40 goddamn Narcan packs, or like 20 Narcans. I'm like,
So they carry
whoa.
those, but not an AED.
They probably got one over there. I don't know.
Now-
I was never instructed on it.
Now, good on them for carrying Narcan. Absolutely. Love it. You need to have the AED mounted somewhere in the building with a clear indication of, hey, this is what this is, and this is where it is.
Don't they have them periodically throughout the terminals and airports?
Yes. Every airport in the world.
Within a certain amount of like feet or whatever?
Yeah, within
Yeah.
100 to 200 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I could be wrong. But
Wrong.
actually,
hearts aren't really the problem.
so
Jews are.
but that being said, so like I'm
What
giving
about McDonald's even has to have one?
every business in the country has to have one. It's a law. It's a mandated law. If you don't have one, you get fined.
What if it's like checkers or rallies to where nobody goes inside?
Doesn't matter. Even for the employees, you have to have one.
That is wild.
If
I've
you,
just been out of the workforce for a while, I guess.
if you don't have one, you will get these companies will get a
Shut you the fuck down.
They'll get either shut down. They'll get shut down, and they will face criminal charges, and they will get a huge fine.
See,
Like,
I guess maybe like whenever I was still in that kind of like field of work,
And when I say fine, I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
where they almost have to shut down the branch.
Exactly.
But just one last quick note. I'm just realizing I think maybe I was getting out of that area of work when it was starting to becoming like commonplace to have like because I saw one like I don't know at one of the weld shops I was at. I'm like, why?
That's why.
I think, and you know what? I remember it was Kelly Fab,
Yep.
Poplar Level in Louisville. Kudos to you guys, even though the fucking supervisor will never hire me back. But I digress. See,
So
that's the thing. If you're working in a place, then you need to make sure that they have one of those defibs on there for not only your safety but customer safety.
you have to.
So make sure that they're on that shit, guys.
It's a mandated law in the
we
United
just did our
States.
first official, legitimate PSA.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
That's fucking gnarly.
Slap hands.
Kapow.
But so I digress. So back to that with an example of cardiac arrest with adult patients, you can see signs and symptoms of leading up to it.
Is it the tongue thing?
No.
No.
What tongue thing are you talking about?
Remember we were watching that other overnight or night watch and the tongue?
With ooh baby.
Yeah, with him.
No, that was just dehydration.
But didn't you say like something like they said that, like there's another sign on the tongue if they're like
If it's
like,
complete
maybe-
if your tongue is completely white.
But how can you differentiate that from just tartar and like people with poor hygiene?
Because you'll be able to see the shiny reflection of hydration on the tongue. If the tongue
Like the reflection of the moisture.
yes,
But wouldn't
you will be able to see moisture on a patient's tongue from across the room.
So if they're starting to code or they're pre-coding or whatever, you know how like, and I'm sorry to bring this up to anybody that has to deal with that. I have with a loved one, but like their like extremities get purple and blue in their chest or wherever.
So that
But
is
does the-
something different, but it can be a factor.
Does the tongue
turn blue?
turn blue
It does not.
in any kind of coating,
It does not.
unless it's strangulation.
The tongue will turn a different color post-mortem.
But not as a preemptive indicator.
The biggest things you need to watch out for that will turn blue or become hypoxic: your fingers, your toes,
Nope.
your lips,
Oh yeah,
and
ears.
your ears.
So I'm sorry again.
If you see any of those extremities on a patient turning blue,
CPR.
call 911 immediately,
Yeah.
because this patient is going into respiratory arrest.
So I wonder. I hate to sidebar this again, but it's a personal question now that I've learned a little bit from you.
Okay.
But I've told you the story about Pop.
Which one?
About Dad.
Flag this. You're going to have to give me a refresher here.
So I woke up, like, remember when me and David picked him up from sitting out there on, and then all of a sudden he just keeled over, and then the EMTs had to,
CPR?
no, they had to pull me off of him. I was screaming in his face, and he was like kind of coming to, and then off, coming to, coming off. I can't believe I've told you this story.
Yes, you have.
And then,
yes, you have.
Mom and Cliff just so happened to be up here.
Yeah.
Staying with Nanny, and David called Mom
Yep.
on the house phone and gave me the phone, and he had to help pull me off. And the ambulance took him,
The ambulance.
and then but it was during like the height of COVID, so I couldn't do anything until they needed me. And the thing is that so I'm trying to
And
console or whatever. So and I was up most of the night waiting for the phone to ring. I finally pass out from exhaustion,
yep.
and David wakes me up, says, "Hey, they tried to. Your phone was on silent, but they called the house phone. They called, and they said he's coded 3 times already. You need to get down there now."
Fucking hell.
First thing in the morning. So I call Mom, right as I'm getting into the Jeep.
3 times?
Dude, 3 times in that morning.
That's terrifying.
And he was hooked up to way more shit than I ever seen.
Did they-
drugs and all that.
Did they have a tube down his throat? Did they have him on a ventilator?
They didn't trach him. He had him on.
No. I'm not talking about a trach. Trach goes here. I'm talking about a ventilator tube down his throat.
I don't think so, actually.
That's shocking for somebody that's coded 3 times.
they may have help him breathe to get the
With a bag valve mask.
yeah.
Okay.
But when I saw him,
Very good.
he didn't have anything over his. I mean, other than the regular oxygen on the nostrils, but
Nasal cannula. Okay.
yeah. But he had that anyways here at the house because he needed to be on oxygen. But I remember.
Did your dad have COPD?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay.
But he had 1 stage 4 lung cancer in one lung and a different stage 4 one in the other one, which I tried to look up, but I couldn't find any cases. But I'm not a doctor.
So
I'm almost done. I promise.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thanks for letting me tell it again.
Yeah, of course.
It's been about that amount of time to where I need to tell it again.
Honestly, I'm glad you told me this, because now that I've had 2 years full experience as an
Yeah.
EMT, I like learning these stories because it makes me think.
Yeah. So I get the call. I fucking, dude, fuck cops, fuck anybody on the road. I'm down
Hauling
there
ass.
in 3 minutes.
Hauling at, as you
Dude,
fucking should be.
And I was in the Jeep, so all-wheel drive. I had traction like a motherfucker, right? So I go in there and I run up to his room,
Yeah.
and Mom was not that far behind me.
Okay.
But the thing is that her, like you said, with the is it a hypoxia?
When your fingers turn blue?
Yeah. So
That is called hypoxia.
He had the hypoxia on his fingers, and then he had it really down his like one of his
Yeah.
thumbs. I remember one of them was like, wow. But the middle of his chest was just as purple and yellow.
So, hypoxia, well, so...
Like, why was his chest all like blue and like purple and shit?
Okay.
And my first reasoning, just so I didn't have to worry about one more thing, I figured like maybe like it was like chest compressions.
That could very well be bruising from the chest compressions.
But it was like
it's rough,
right up there with his fingers,
yeah,
and his ears,
yeah, and I'll tell
and
you,
a little bit here.
Yeah, bruising can cause parts of the body to turn purple or even blue, and it can appear
from that.
It can appear as cyanosis, hypoxia, but the only way the main ways you're able to truly tell is if somebody's in cyanosis and going into hypoxia. Look at their fingers, look at their ears, look at their lips, look at their toes.
What about the tip of your nose?
Tip of the nose, not really.
So what's the difference between hypoxia and that other thing you just said?
Cyanosis?
Yeah.
I mean, they're one and the same, but...
Different causes?
Cyanosis is when the extremities that I just said start turning blue, and that is severe hypoxia and respiratory failure leading into respiratory arrest, which can lead to cardiac arrest.
So it's all in the same. It's all the same. It's all on the same train. Just whatever order may be different.
Yeah, respiratory arrest will lead to cardiac arrest. Which cardiac arrest or a full arrest is when your heart stops, your pulse goes to nothing, you stop breathing, you need to be fully resuscitated.
Yeah,
that is a full arrest.
I have one more thing to tell you about that before you can continue on your next story. If you don't mind, please.
Go ahead.
Is that before I had to make the decision to let him go, my mom, like, I was scared shitless, dude. Like
Understandably so.
And like I was standing there next to the bed, but not too close. And my mom came up behind me and put her hand on the small of my back to like move me closer, and I got scared.
You froze up?
No, I got scared. Like, not frozen. I was frozen first, then I got scared because I'm not around, people that are dying or whatever often, thank God. But then she was trying to make me hold his hand, but then he went like that, like multiple times, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So before you answer why that happens, I was telling you it happened a couple of other times to where his eyes even opened up a little bit, but he wasn't there.
Was he? Let me ask. Was he already pronounced by that point?
No, he was on all those tubes and wires and shit like that. So the thing is that I tried to hold it, but he would do like that, like the real quick inhale, and it would scare I jumped back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's still there, right? He's still there. My mom, for those you may not remember from past episodes, my mom, God bless her heart, worked as a respiratory therapist for many, many, many years at the same hospital.
God bless her heart.
And she has seen it all the time.
Yep.
Right? And it was the nurse who, I think her name was Jessica, short blonde hair, right here down the hill, if you see her.
Might want to flag that.
No, that's fine. She deserves it. She was an angel. She was so nice.
Oh.
And I saw her later on at the gas station, and I almost wanted to fill up her tank because she was such a nice person.
Right.
But she did, yeah. But they told me, it's like, you need to make a decision. And then Mom, help me. I said, yeah, go ahead, take him off. So in my mom's experience, 20 years some odd experience, whenever somebody makes that decision in that kind of situation, it could take days, a weekend, or maybe a week or two for them to finally...
Or even longer.
Yeah, to go. My dad was gone in 8 minutes. Like, by the time they finished unhooking everything, he was gone.
Damn.
And that was the only thing that I had to hang on to make me, to convince myself that I did not kill my dad.
Right.
So, if anybody's out there that had to make that awful choice,
God bless your hearts.
Tate's about to tell us why it was partially why it's the right choice, but like also like that where it looked like they were alive.
So
that breathing in thing, because it's gonna fuck with your head because you're already fucked up.
So the second one, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on, but I do know that sometimes it is the body's like natural like muscle reflexes that can do that. So
He was already depleted of oxygen.
I will say this: deceased bodies can have muscle spasms that can appear as movement.
Yeah.
Days, even weeks after the patient's been pronounced deceased. It's okay.
We both know somebody.
I could tell you a kid that I was in my EMT class experienced that firsthand on her first call on the internship.
Oh my God.
Her first call on I don't remember her name, but she immediately after this had the crew drop her back off at the station. She called our instructor and dropped the class.
I probably would have too.
Her first call was to transport a body.
Oof.
This individual had been down for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks. Nobody had heard from him, so the family...
Oh, you're talking about not in proper like morgue storage. You're talking about in the apartment. Like,
in the home. So all the family, the children lived out of state, and like the children even said they're used to not hearing from him for like at least a week.
He was like a shut-in.
Yeah. Oh, he also was a hermit. But the fact that they hadn't heard in 3 weeks is when they got concerned. So they called the local dispatch center, and they requested that PD and EMS do a welfare check. It's like, cool, awesome, love that. They got to the house, they cracked the door open, and the smell hit them like a truck.
Oh, that smells like Shia.
I still have yet to smell that smell, but like I don't think there's any words, right?
All you can say about the smell is
fool around with some bleach.
It smells like death.
And
it is a smell that will stick with you and haunt you for the rest of your life.
See, they tried to, I think it was on Mythbusters or some kind of documentary I saw, that they were trying to, like, they were talking to people like you and other people that, you know, like detectives and this, that, and everything, and homicide and EMT, that, like you said, once you get it, once you smell it, you'll never forget it. But the thing is that
it won't go away.
Scientists actually did research on this. Like on olfactory senses and genetics and shit, we have a predisposition to find that odor, among others, like feces or whatever. Find it, like we have a fight or flight instance. That's how we survived.
That's true.
And like, because like if we just sat around eating our shit all the time, we wouldn't be here.
Nope.
But like the smell of that, like the same thing. They tested it with sharks.
It's the stank basket, Linda. Get it out of here.
With dead shark blood is the best is the best repellent of the sharks.
Yep.
So it's encoded in our genome to stay away from it.
We are encoded with like the flight response to bad odors.
Yeah. Well, especially those are like more hard. Like they did research in like those smells are more more solidly hardwired in our heads than any other putrid.
But there is nothing that will prepare you for the smell of death.
Oh God, I hope I never smell it.
And let me just clarify. Like I said, this patient had been down. This individual had been down for 3 weeks.
Oof.
By that point, decomposition had already set in.
Yeah, rigor mortis.
The patient's skin was black, like jet matte black, and almost like a yellowish tan.
I could play the sound drop get you some fluids, but I'm not going to.
So
out of respect for the dead.
So the paramedic that was on scene called the doctor or medical control, which I will say this, if anybody listening ever goes through EMT school and you get on a call where you don't know what to do, call medical control, which is the local doctor or your medical director. I'll give you a little insight here, little fun fact. In order to be a medical director or medical control officer, you have to be a doctor. It can only be a doctor. So the paramedic that was on scene.
I got all you want, boo.
Ooh, come on in.
Let's do it.
You have it as a drop. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So the paramedic on scene called the doctor, painted a scenario, painted the picture for him to see. The doctor called, the crew called for what's called the DNAR, or the Do Not Attempt Resuscitation.
I thought it was just DNR.
Do not resuscitate. That's when a patient has a DNR.
That's when they're alive and they sign it.
That's correct.
DNAR is after death.
Do not attempt resuscitation, post-mortem. After the patient
and
is
it's something that the patient themselves or power of attorney would.
So by that point, if a patient signs a DNR form or becomes a do not resuscitate patient, they are legally signing over.
So DNR and DNAR is pretty much the same thing.
A DNAR is post-mortem. A DNR is pre-mortem.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
In terms of paperwork, it's two different things. If you're in the field on a call, they could be the same thing. Mm-hmm. But by that point, yeah, the DNR patient will sign a power of attorney, which typically tends to be the children or next of kin. But fuck. So the crew and the student, actually there was 2 students on this truck in question. They load the body into the truck, which in this case they will set the body bag on the stretcher and just go and in this case they will transport the patient to the coroner's office.
Yeah.
Or to the morgue. So one of the students was fortunate enough to ride up front with the windows down. One of these students, the student in question, rode in the back with the paramedic. Well, like I said, bodies can still have movements. And in this case...
from gas buildup or just residual...
just muscle spasms.
Yeah.
The muscles.
Electrical signals. Yeah.
Exactly. The body sat up 90 degrees on the stretcher.
My God, there's somebody alive in here.
It is one of the most terrifying things you will see in your life, because it is like a soul rising from the dead.
Oh no, I'd probably
I talked to the paramedic in question because he was also my preceptor. The look in this student's eyes, all the life, all the color was drained out of her the second that body sat up. And I would be too. I'll be man enough to admit it. Yeah, it would scare the living hell out of me.
Oof.
Just even hearing about that story, dude.
Dude, you gave me chills.
But, so I will say, all right. So going back to the children, like I said, my best.
Okay, before you get into this, do you want to keep talking about the children, or do you want to tell another? I think maybe like one more story, but with like a happy ending.
Well, one of these actually does have a very happy ending.
Well, this was going to be a shorter episode, so could we just do the happy one and save the other one for next time?
How far along are we already?
Coming up at 45 minutes.
Holy shit.
You're not going anywhere. We can always revisit. But this has been really morbid, and I think for my sake and the audience sake, let's hear a good one.
I'll give you 2 good ones.
Okay, perfect.
So, One of them actually involves my dad. So, but I'll tell that one last. So, like I just said, viewers, one of my worst calls and one of my best calls both involve children. I will tell you the best one to kind of lighten the mood a bit.
Yes, please.
So in this case, it was a 9-year-old boy with autism that was seen for pneumonia. He came into the hospital I work at. You know, he was treated, but he was being transported over to our local children's hospital for further treatment. By the time we got to him, like, yeah, he was still kind of having some respiratory issues, but he was about as happy-go-lucky as a 9-year-old could be. You know, like, he was having a great time. He was getting all the attention that he wanted. He was kind of overstimulated, but we were able to resolve it pretty quickly. I talked to the kid.
Well, yeah, it's going to be an intimidating environment regardless.
Well, and I've never told this to the viewers. I have a 6-year-old autistic nephew. Love him to death.
God bless him.
So having that already in my corner in my personal life gave me an advantage. So I knew how to talk to the kid. I knew how to console him. Got it under control pretty quickly. My paramedic that I was working with said, "Hey, do you want me to take this one, or do you think you'll be good?" I was like, "Oh, I got this. Yeah, we're good. Let's go." We got the kid on the stretcher, got him into the ambulance, and I asked him, I'm like, "You ever ridden an ambulance before?" He's like, "No, but I'm really excited to, so I could be the popular kid and tell this story to all my classmates and have bragging rights." And I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, this kid is completely forgetting that he has one of the worst respiratory illnesses to ever strike the human race, pneumonia. He's in good spirits. I'm in good spirits. The kid's father ended up riding along. Well, and the one thing this young man happened to be fascinated with the absolute most was my radio. That was sitting, like, my mic was sitting on my shoulder. So this young man asked, and he even said, he's like, "I know it's a long shot, but could I possibly say something over the radio?" And I kind of hesitated for a second. I talked to my paramedic, who was a shift lead. I had an idea. I presented it to my paramedic. So I contacted dispatch, told them what was going on. I said, "Hey, can you put me on a secure line?" Gave them my radio number. They said, "Yeah, we can make that happen." So they transferred me over to a secure line to where nobody could hear it except for me and the dispatcher in question.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Okay, give me like 5 minutes and we'll go." She's like, "Okay, sounds good." So I had the dad kind of scoot over. And so I start talking to the kid. I start coaching him on what to say. I told him, like, "I'll hold the microphone for you. I'll push the button. I'll let you know, like, when to start talking. This is what you need to say." All right. So we start rehearsing for about like 2-3 minutes until he's ready to go. So I'm like, "All right, kid, you ready to go?" And so with our dispatch, like, a lot of places just say dispatch and then their unit number. We just say radio.
Mm-hmm.
So he says radio and then our call sign. I cut off. Dispatch responds. Call sign number. Go ahead. They key off. I key up again. And he says exactly what I tell him to, which is call sign, unit number, so-and-so is en route to local children's hospital. Dispatch comes back on. Unit number, call sign. I'm clear on information, and I have you en route to local children's hospital at 21:57. Like, I'm just shooting a number there.
Yeah.
Which every EMS, police, fire, they go by military time. So if you hear a dispatcher call back with like a random number like 1441. It's 2:41 p.m. in military time. But after that was done, I switched back to my regular channel, and this kid was absolutely ecstatic. Like, he is screaming out of pure happiness. He is so happy. And I look over at the dad, and he is tearing up. Tears of joy. And I looked at him. I'm like, doing okay, Dad? And he pulls me in for a whisper, and he says, this is the first time in 2 weeks that my son forgot he was sick.
No.
So from the bottom of my heart, sir, thank you. I shook his hand. I said, that's what we're here for.
That's probably one of those things, that keeps you going after all that bullshit.
And because he was in such good spirits by the time we got to the hospital, I told the nurses what was going on. I actually a little update on this. I actually ran into the dad a couple of months later at a grocery store, conveniently, and he recognized me immediately. It took me a minute, and then once he told me the son's name, I'm like, I recognized him.
I remember him.
Shook his hand, gave him a hug. I said, hey, how's he doing, by the way? Like, wow, what's the updated information? The kid got treated and went home the next day. And the dad likes to credit that because I got the kid in such good spirits and I was able to do that for him.
Yeah.
He got so motivated and so positive, he almost instantly recovered. He said within a span of 15 hours, they got there, he got treated, and he got discharged.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that made me feel good. That got the spirits up there. But the last one, and then we'll go ahead and cut it for the night.
All right.
We got another transport. We got a call one day to transport a man, like mid-60s, early 70s-year-old man, over to a hospital across the river for a surgery consult. Just for fluid built up, just to get some fluid drained from his legs. Well, we get up there, and for those that don't know, when I was talking about my father earlier, my father has a history of military. I come from a bloodline of military. My father is 20 plus years Air Force veteran.
Never forget.
I get up there, and the patient is wearing a Air Force veteran hat. So immediately, I salute him. I say, sir, thank you for your service. And so I get to talking with him and his wife that are present. And so I asked him, I'm like, so where were you stationed at? And he names the Air National Guard base right over here in Louisville. I'm like, no shit. That's where my dad was stationed. And I asked him, I'm like, what year did you happen to retire? And he said, about 2007, 2008, which is the year my dad retired. And so I asked him, did you know Tech Sergeant Tate? Gave him my dad's first name. And this gentleman just looked at me, stared me in the eyes, and froze. 5 seconds of pure silence. Then he looks at me. He goes, son, I was his commanding officer.
What a world, man.
And I looked at him. I said, you're lying. And he goes, I'm not, son, but if you don't mind me asking, why do you ask that? And I looked at him dead in the eyes, which his rank was lieutenant colonel when he retired. I said, Lieutenant Colonel, that man is my father. And his eyes went wide. He's like, holy shit. Your father was one of the best men I had under my command.
That's awesome. You wouldn't be a human being if you didn't have to fight back a couple of tears after that.
I I wasn't back in the back of the truck with him because it required a paramedic.
No, I'm saying meeting this guy.
Oh, it like
And
after
what the kind words that he has to say about your pops.
it made me a proud son.
Hell yeah, dude.
So after, and of course, like once I learned all this, I started treating him and calling him by his proper title, which was his title in the military. I still called him sir.
Not your dad, but the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't call him like Mr. So-and-so. I would call him either sir or I would call him lieutenant.
Yeah. LT, maybe, if you're on familiar basis.
Yeah. I would just call him lieutenant or lieutenant colonel or sir. Call him by his proper title. But
I want to play something from Sarge right now, but I don't know what. keep going.
But nothing but good words and good conversation and good exchanges between me and this retired veteran. We got him over. I told them a brief little description of what he was coming for. He was coming for consultation. Also made sure to note, hey, he's former military. Be good to him, please. And they said, we most certainly will. Which also, a little fun fact here, and then I promise I'm done. The hospital I work for, actually, when we have veterans pass, they do a service called Stars and Stripes. So when the coroner shows up, they'll bring the body down with an American flag over top of it.
Yeah, fold it properly.
And they'll play taps over the intercom. And every staff member from the unit that this veteran was on will come down and pay their respects.
Yeah.
And one of the priests.
Oh, the
that works at the hospital.
chaplain.
Thank you. That's it. Chaplain. One of the chaplains
That's
works
3 points for Kyle.
that works for us is also former military. So he will lead the service. He'll do the salute. He'll do the march.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he'll walk out with the coroners. And then
I should say, hua.
And he will fold the flag personally and hand it to the family.
Man, it's been a while since I folded a flag, but I'm sure it'll come right back to me if I had to.
I will say this, one of the most bone-chilling events you will ever see is a military funeral.
Oh, yeah. Because they were so awesome in defending our country and being the greatest generation and way more badass than we could ever hope to be. And they do that 21 gun salute or whatever. And that kind of sounds like bang, bang, pow. But like 20 more times.
But also, you will hear, I've only ever gotten to hear this once, and it goosebumps. Amazing Grace on the bagpipes.
Ooh. Actually, no. You can hear that on a movie whenever you want. And I'll tell you what movie. Thank you, Nate, for giving me the knowledge. Well, not giving me the knowledge, but making me competitive about this kind of knowledge.
I'm talking about hearing it in person live.
Oh, no. There's definitely no comparison. But you can when Big Tom Callahan dies in Tommy Boy.
Yep.
And he's walking through the factory. Yep. And then, like, as the funeral goes, and that's the first time I ever heard that, Amazing Grace on bagpipes, and that is like,
holy shit.
Whoa, I thought this was a comedy, yo.
It's like, holy shit. But
go on, beat feet.
But with that, we will wrap up Tate's EMS stories for the evening.
Thank you for sharing, buddy. That was intense.
Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah,
and
man.
Guys,
I think I did pretty good at not interrupting.
To all of you, you did.
Thank you.
To all of you delicious, beautiful listeners out there, if you have to have the unfortunate encounter with EMS, please know they will do everything in their power to treat your family, your loved one, with the absolute best care possible. And
support your local first responders.
Yes.
Any way you can.
Thank you. I was struggling to get that out.
Because I was like, I know like firehouses usually have like chili cook-offs and shit like that. I mean, those guys can fucking cook. You know.
Oh, yeah, they can.
And, you know, they're so nice and everything. Especially the small town ones that don't get a lot of praise.
The voluntary.
Yeah, them too. But like I'm saying, like the small town ones, like Georgetown. It's like, dude, that my house is almost as big as that place.
Yep.
And it's not that big a house.
But
support your first responders. Buy them a drink if you meet with them, or like get out of the fucking way when the blues and twos are on. I mean,
yes,
and just be cordial. And I think it all boils down to like paying it forward and just like karma. Like just be good to one another because they're going above and beyond, and it kind of puts things in perspective on like how trivial us citizens' lives are day to day. But like these guys, including you, sir, and I applaud you. I told you that even when
I was going to school.
Before you even took your final test, I knew it was like, you got this, because you're part of the right stuff, and they are too. And just take a moment. Sometimes it doesn't have to be Memorial Day or
it can be any day of the week.
Just like in general, like without them, we wouldn't have society. We'd have chaos. Just watch Walking Dead. I mean, but just be kind to one another. Take care of each other.
And with that, y'all be safe. Y'all be good.
My fears relieve. How